Hello guys, my name is TomScottMuse11 and today we're going to be talking about BO2 zombies, and it's been a while since I did a video about Black Ops 2 info and etc. So we're going to start from the top. So Treyarch confirmed that there will be zombies mode returning in Black Ops 2 and with its own campaign, which is quite surprising. I didn't think they would have a campaign because I didn't think how it would really mix with zombies, but then I realised that with all the maps that they produce with World at War and Black Ops 1, there something would have to fill in the gaps. And why would suddenly you would appear in Shangri-La? Why would you suddenly appear in Call of the Dead? You got to fill in the gaps, and there's very big gaps in between each map. And I think the campaign would be a great idea for zombies. Just saying. So its procedures were Call of Duty World at War and Call of Duty Black Ops. This is the third time for zombies mode to appear in a Call of Duty game, and the first time to have its own campaign along with the main story. Treyarch has also confirmed that zombies will be implemented in the multiplayer engine, following a deeper community experience along with new game modes. It has also been confirmed that zombies will appear in an 8-player co-op, which was leaked first off, and then it was later to reveal to be a 4v4 mode. And basically, why I say it was later revealed to be a 4v4, that was only for multiplayer, not for zombies, round-based modes really. Basically, for 8-player co-op, that means you can have 8 players to play with on normal zombies round-based modes. And then for 4v4 zombies, that'll be in the multiplayer engine, but not in the round-based modes, if you know what I mean. That's a different engine altogether from multiplayer. And I also wanted to talk about a bit about the Strike Force missions. Now, it's been leaked around the internet that there won't be Strike Force missions anymore because, well, we don't know the reason why yet, but so I think there's been a few tweets on Twitter that have been going around that have been saying there aren't going to be that as many Strike Force missions, although there have been leaked pictures, and I think that they're wrong. I think the sources around the internet are wrong. They will have to bring back Strike Force missions if they already have doubts about Strike Force missions not being in Black Ops 2. But I think that would be a great idea to put Strike Force missions in, so you can do those cool things like we saw in E3. You could look on overview of the map, see where you can put all your troops and robots, etc. And I just want to talk about the character and setting for a second. So the single player campaign has two feature connection storylines. One was set in the 1970s through to the 80s, and the other is in 2025. The protagonist, or the main character in Black Ops, was Alex Mason. So he returns as the protagonist in the Cold War section, where he will be fighting in proxy wars for the United States in the Cold War, which is the first Cold War to get precise. Known locations for this section in the game conclude multiple sites in Central America and the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. Now, if you don't know what the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, you may have already heard this a couple of years ago, where this is actually quite a famous story about Bin Laden. He was the leader of the Afghan troops in Afghanistan at the time. This was kind of an Russian the Afghan troops, basically where the Taliban was brought up, and Osama bin Laden was the leader of the Afghan troops during that time. And he was a very young man, bin Laden, and later became one of the world's most wanted terrorists and killed. I think it was in 2010. He was shot in the head and the chest. So good. That was a good 100 points to the guy who shot him. Lol. Okay, this section of the game will also see a rise in infantry in the game's primary antagonist, Real Mendenes. If I can't pronounce his name, I'm sorry, I apologise. That's the main villain in the storyline in Black Ops 2. So you basically, in the 1980s follow-up to the 2025, you're going to see how Real Mendenes gains his power and becomes one of the most wanted people, even more wanted than Osama bin Laden, just saying. And basically, he's the one who gets a bunch of people who has an army, hacks into the US military, whatever he hacks into, and takes control of the drones, the quad rotors, the tanks, anything that the US owns to turn against them. And he also does this to the Japanese, I think, or is it the Chinese? Yeah, it's the Chinese. So I'm going to read on a bit more. Woods will also return, in spite of the fact that he's seemingly killed in Black Ops, and narrate the story into 2025 section of the game. The 2025 section of the game features the protagonist David Mason, which is the son of Alex Mason. In it, a new Cold War has broken out between China and the United States. After China bans the export of rare earth elements following a cyber attack that cripples the Chinese stock exchange, in this era, war is defined by robotic cyber warfare, unmanned vehicles and other modern technology. Taking advantage of this standoff, Roman Dennis attempts to bring two powers to a full-blown war by inciting conflicts between two known locations for this section of the game, including Los Angeles, Singapore, Yemen, and I can't pronounce the other location, Secrotra, I don't know where that is. If I pronounce that wrong, I'm sorry again. In the 2025 section of the game, the player will also see a special Strike Force missions, as we already know. So basically this will feature the outcome of the war that affect the cause of the campaign storyline. So basically, in a Strike Force mission, you can win or lose, and it will affect the next stage of the mission in which you go through, and it will affect the ending as well. It's so basically, if you kill one person and if you kill one important person that you're not supposed to kill, then basically it's changing the storyline. And that, I think that is a great implement into the Call of Duty franchise, never seen before in a Call of Duty game. So I thought this is really going to push the boundaries on any other modern game of this era. So yeah, that's it about Black Ops 2 from me, from the beginning to the very end, and all we know about zombies so far. If you want to see more about the zombies, and also I just wanted to say before I go that there is a leaked information about the NukeTown map from Black Ops 1 returning in Black Ops 2 as a bonus if you pre-order it now. So if I were you, I'll pre-order it now and see if you actually get the what's it called, the NukeTown map for free. Sounds really exciting. Everyone loves NukeTown from Black Ops 1. Is such a close quarters map. As a matter of fact, I will actually go and pre-order it now. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this information. If you found it helpful in any way possible, give this video a like, share it if you want to share it with your friends, and also I've hit 30 subscribers, whoop whoop, and yeah, subscribe, peace. Hi guys, it's NukeTown here. If you could spend a second just liking the video, also adding it to your favourites, and also share the video with your friends by copying the YouTube link of my video and putting it on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, etc. Peace.